Estimate. Before starting off any construction, we calculate the total quantity of material required is called a estimate. So before undertaking the construction of the project, it is necessary to know its a probable cost required to complete the proposed work. And the estimate for any construction work may be defined as a process of calculating the quantity and cost of various items required in a construction work to complete the work. So here data required for a prepare a estimation is a plan, elevation and section means drawing. Second is a specification required. Third one is a item rate required. So one by one we discuss about the plan, section and elevation. So from the plan, elevation and section, the building quantities of various items is calculated. Like from the plan we get the exact idea about the dimension like length, width and thickness of wall, and also we calculate the total number of door and window in a building or in a structure. From the elevation we know the exact idea about the height of any structure, and from the section we know the idea about the height, also thickness of the any structural part or any height of the structural part from the section. Now next is a specification. Specification provide information regarding detailed description of all the workmanship and material, and specification affect the total cost of the project. Specification demand high quality of the workmanship, the cost of the project is increased. Next is a item rate. So to prepare and estimate the rate of various item involved in a project are required. So cost of an item is equal to quantity of item multiplied by rate of item. Like we take one of the example like brickwork. So here cost of the item means brick is a one of the item. So here quantity of the item required, like we prepare a one wall simple we prepare a simple one wall. So total quantity of the brick required like 500 numbers, and rate for per item is 5 rupees. So 500 multiplied by 5 is equal to 2500. So it's a uh, total rate or total cost of a particular item. So the rate of item depend on a following factors. So here main 6 factor is given. First one is a material cost, second one is a labor cost, third one is a machinery cost, fourth one is a transportation cost, fifth one is a overhead charge, and sixth one is a profit. So here material cost, so we use the different material to prepare any structural to complete any structural work. So like in a flooring, so in a flooring we use a different material, like we use a tiles, we use a stone like marble, granite. So all the cost of the material is different. Next is a labor cost. So labor cost in a area wise labor cost is also different. Next is a machinery cost. So here some of the item or some of the components are prepared by the machinery. So here machinery cost is also included in a item rate. Next is a transportation cost. So some of the item is manufactured in a industry, and from the industry we transport the material from the industry to our construction site. So transportation cost is also included. And overhead charge. So what is overhead charge? It's extra cost added in a uh, any item is called a overhead charge. And profit, so at the last profit is a contractor's profit. Next is a types of estimate. So here main 7 type of the estimate. First one is a approx estimate, or another name is a preliminary estimate. Second one is a detail estimate. Third one is a quantity estimate. Fourth one is a revised estimate. Fifth one is a supplementary estimate. Sixth one is a supplementary and revised estimate. And seventh one is a annual repair and maintenance estimate. So one by one we discuss about the all the estimates or types of the estimate. So we start from the first one, approximate estimate or a preliminary estimate. So regarded as the most reliable and accurate method of the estimate, and provide that there is a sufficient information to work on it. and depending on the experience of surveyor, measurement can be carried out fairly quickly using the composite rates to save the times. The rules of measurement are simple, although it must be said they are not standardized and tend to vary slightly from one surveyor to another surveyor. So here some of the purpose is given for the approximate estimate. So preliminary study of the project is required, administrative approval is required to investigate feasibility, to get the loan from the bank, for a insurance purpose, for a deciding taxes and deciding the rent of the building. So these are the main requirement or main purpose of the approximate estimate. So here another estimate is a detailed estimate. This estimate is an accurate and is based on the plan and section of the building. So these include the detailed particular for the quantities, rate and cost of the item involved for a satisfactory completion of the project. Now quantity of the all the item work are calculated from their respective dimension on the drawing measurement sheet and multiplying this quantity by the respective rate in a separate sheet. The cost of all the items work are worked out individually and when summarized. A detailed estimate is accompanied by report, specification, detailed drawing showing plan design data and calculation. Basis of the rate appointed in a estimate. Now next type of the estimate is a quantity estimate. So this is complete estimate or a list of the quantity for all the item of work required to complete the concerned project. The quantity of each individual item work is worked out from the respective dimension on the drawing of the structure to find the total cost, and item in quantity is multiplied by the rate per unit from the item. Now next in a the purpose of the in a quantity estimate, the purpose of the bill quantity like to provide a complete list of the quantity necessary for the all the competition of any engineering project when the price given to the estimated cost of the project. Now next type of the estimate is a revised estimate. It is also detailed estimate and is prepared afresh when the original section detailed estimate exceed 10% or more, either due to the rate being found insufficient or due to some other reasons. Now it is always possible that in spite of all the precaution in the planning stage become clearly during the execution, the actual cost of the project will exceed the original estimate. Now generally certain cushion of the cost is available if the exceedance is higher. Now next type of the estimate is a supplementary estimate. This is fresh detail estimate of an additional work in additional work to the original one and is prepared when the additional work is required to supplement the original work. There is also always a likelihood that while executing a certain project it may be considered worthwhile to carry out additional work which was not foreseen in the initial stage and therefore not actual for the preliminary estimate. Now execution for a such type of the work require drawing up and approval of a supplementary estimate, and the exercise is essential similar to that of the drawing up to the estimate for the main work. It is naturally expected that the cost of the additional work will be much smaller than the main work, but in case where the saving is due to material deviation of the structural nature from the design originally approved, supplement estimate is prepared to revise technical section. The method of preparation of the supplementary estimate is the same as that of the detailed estimate, and it should be accompanied by full report of the circumstances which rendered is necessary. Next is a supplementary and revised estimate. When the work is partially abandoned and the estimated cost of the remaining work is less than 95% of the original work, or when there are material deviation and a change in a design which may causes substantial saving in the estimate, then the amount of original estimate is revised by the competent authority. A supplementary estimate and a revised estimate is a prepared and a fresh technical section of the competent authority is obtained. Now last one is a annual repair and maintenance estimate. So annual repair and maintenance estimate is also called a detailed estimate and is prepared to maintain the structure or a work in a proper order and safe condition. So here uh, one building example is given. For the building annual repair and maintenance estimate, some of the material is included like whitewashing, next is a color washing, third one is a painting of door and window, and minor repairs like cracks, fillings, and level the plaster work. So all these included. Now second example is given, like for road work annual repair estimate include patch repairing, renewals, repair of the bridge, and repair of culverts. So these are the example of given for the annual repair and maintenance. Next is the quality of good estimator. So which type of the quality is compulsory required in a good estimator to calculate the any quantity of the material in a to complete the building work. So one by one we discuss. In a preparing an estimate, the estimator must have a good knowledge regarding the important rules of quantity survey, and he must truly understand the drawing of the structure for which he is going to prepare an estimate. And third one is he must also be clearly information about the specifications showing nature and classes of the work and material to be used because of the rate is at which various types of the work can be executed depending upon the specification, and also the knowledge of the detailed construction work and experience in a construction work, and also estimator having information regarding the material required, machinery needed, and overhead problems and cost of the all the kinds. Next is a good judgment with regard to different locality, different jobs, and different workmanship, and selection of the good method for preparing an estimate. Next is a good quality is a ability to care uh, through hard working and accurate, and ability to collect, classify, and evaluate data relating to estimate, and ability to visualize all the steps during the process of the construction. So these are the different quality of the good estimator. Now next is the duties of the estimator. So which type of the work done by the estimator. So here some of the duties given. So duty of the estimator is to prepare an estimate, to prepare a specification, to carry out a survey of the building and land, to carry out the rate analysis, to finalize the final accounts, to supervise the engineering structure during the execution, to prepare a workout execution schedule, to work as an arbitrator, to carry out the valuation properties. So here new word is a arbitrator. So what is arbitrator? Arbitrator is a one type of the lawyer which solve the dispute between the two parties, or a contractor or a builder or a engineer. So these are the solve the dispute between the two parties. So these are the arbitrator is required to solve the problems.